Today, my speech, my talk, my presentation will be divided into almost like three parts. The first part is on Malaysia and Malaysian initiative on competitiveness, Malaysian initiative on the new economy. And then the second part will be on Malaysia Design Council, what we do, how we do it, what we have done so far, and how we collaborate with the society, the industries, and the overall societies in terms of promoting design. And the third part, hopefully the system works. I hope my computer works, is the video on Malaysia. So without further ado, I wish to talk to you about Malaysia, agenda on Innovative Malaysia. And when I talk about Malaysia, I put that designation means we wanted to be a design nation. We wanted to be a design nation, although we are in the design community already, but design was taken seriously only in 1993. So it's like 15, 16 years now we are involved in promoting design. Well, the problem with Malaysia right now is that we are working very hard towards becoming a high-income developed nation. But the problem is that we are still stuck. We are really still stuck in the trap in middle-income status nation. Hopefully, we want to make sure that the country will go forward in the near future and to become very competitive. Right now, the ranking of Malaysia as a competitive country is, I think, around 21. The top 21 countries in the world, and we are hoping to jump from 21 to 10 most competitive countries in the near future. The way forward is basically is to introduce what the Prime Minister has done, a new economic model based on creativity and innovation with the Economic Transformation Program, ETP, as the driver. When he took over as the Prime Minister of Malaysia, he introduces two major initiatives. One is the Government Transformation Program, where the focus is on education, on preventing crime, preventing corruptions, and all that. Those are under Government Transformation Program. And the one which is very close to what we are doing is the Economic Transformation Program. And we hope by 2020, our income per capita will be increased from present $7,500 American dollars, which is not very good, very low, and to a level of about 15,000 by 2020 per capita by 2020. And we want to make sure that we meet present needs without compromising future generations. At the end of the day, we are looking at quality of life for all Malaysians. Right now, Malaysia has got a total of 28 million population. And by 2050, hopefully, the population will grow up to almost 38 to 40 million people by 9 years' time from now. I think there is a need for us as designers to look into the needs of an increasing population. This is basically what the Economic Transformation Program is all about, introduced by the government. It's a private-led initiative with 92% funding by the private sector. And this is where we do invite foreign investors to set up companies, foreign investors to do business with us, because the target of the government is to make sure that the private sector becomes the driver of this new economic policy. And the 8% remaining business is basically the government's part in terms of facilitating, in terms of making things easier for investment. In terms of what we said about our Economic Transformation Program is that we have what we call as entry point projects. And if you look at the figure 2009, the number of projects introduced to 2009 is about 188 projects. There is about 66, I can see from whatever it is, it's $1 billion. And we hope by 2020, which is about 9 years from now, our gross national income will be like, from the 523 projects, will be 1.7 trillion. We do encourage, We do encourage people to invest in the country because it creates employment, it creates new innovations, it creates new technology, and it creates new design. We are expecting to grow by between 5 to 6% in order to achieve the developed status, the developed country status, and hopefully we'll achieve by 2020 the so-called Vision 2020 plan, where Malaysia will be a fully developed nation. This year we hope to achieve like between 5 to 5.2% in terms of growth, and that is already a good sign for Malaysia to become a fully developed nation by 2020. Well, this is just some of the contributions of what will contribute to Innovative Malaysia. In other words, we need models of best practices, we need strategies and actions, we need qualitative findings and quantitative findings to make sure that the way forward is to make sure that we become an innovative nation in 2020. These are also another this is another dimensions of where we are looking at. We are looking at how do we create an innovative society, and there are basically 12 dimensions of strategic trust towards creating an innovative nation. And if you go through that, well, I'll give you some example of, in other words, we want people competency, we want pioneer mindsets, we want people awareness and appreciation. These are things that we are looking at right now to make sure that our human capital are innovative and creative. These are just examples that I've got from somewhere from sources that is very reliable. Some of the strengths and key attributes of certain nations around Malaysia. If you look at Japan, robust intellectual property system and technology, licensing organization, TLDs and industry. I hope Korea, what I said there is correct. ICT and knowledge industry and e-commerce government system. Singapore is internationalization of private sector. Hong Kong an innovation hub and provide complementary innovation linkages with the mainland. In the United States, R&D and government-led innovation ecosystem. Switzerland, companies spending on R&D and scientific research institutions that are recognized best in the fields internationally. Germany, high capacity for innovation and pioneering new products and processes through formal R&D. Finland, futuristic society through R&D, and Sweden, only focus on already strong areas of technologies. So basically we are looking at this, what other countries are doing, and we will try to see where we fit in, where we can become very strong, where is our strength, and hopefully within the next few years we can become very innovative countries. Malaysia, where we are heading, I've given you some indication prior to these slides. And these are things that we are doing right now. We're looking at policy on innovation, how things can actually create innovative people. We are looking at people appreciation. We are looking at pioneer minds. We are looking at particularity and with market-driven product ideas, performance, and all those. At the end of the day, it is the innovative economy that we are working towards. In other words, we are looking at innovative people, innovative services, innovative processes, innovative products. This is one initiative that for the first time in the history of Malaysia, that the government has announced a tax incentive for industrial design companies. This was announced by the Prime Minister during his 2012 budget speech in October 2001. What it means that it is only not meant for local companies, it is also meant for foreign companies who wants to set up companies in Malaysia and get special incentive through a special incentive, a tax incentive. And this is what the Prime Minister said recently. Design services plays an important role to the continuous improvement, productivity, quality and competitiveness of products to promote creativity, innovation and modern technology involving local designers. The government proposes the industrial design services be given pioneer status. In other words, it's tax-free status with income tax exemption of 70% for 5 years. That is a lot of tax incentive. You make a lot of money, you make a lot of money because of the tax incentive. And I encourage local companies from Korea to go to Malaysia and set up industrial companies there, and you get this kind of exemptions. Well, establishment, Malaysia Design Council basically is a national body, is a government body established in 1993 under the supervision of Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation to pay for future of innovation and design for Malaysia. So it is called MRM in the Malay language. MRM spearheads design activities in the country to boost the industry's design expertise, capabilities and standards to ensure that Malaysian products is on par with the international standards. Well, basically when you talk about Design Council, it is almost the same what is done in Britain, Singapore, Germany, Japan, and hopefully here. We support design through recognition, education, and other activities. Function, I'm sure you are aware, these are just the major functions, and I'm sure other design councils in the world will have almost the same council, and I will not go through this one because it will take a lot of time. Recognition, as usual, you have our own design mark recognition, Malaysia Design Mark Recognition, and I'm sure you all also realize that Germany has got its own red dot, Korea has got its own recognition program, and we are the same. We do give recognitions to companies locally and international companies operating in Malaysia. So basically, when you look at 2010, there is a very huge increase of companies getting this endorsement from the government in terms of good design, from a mere 25 to now 100 companies getting it, and that's a good recognition. And I'm happy to say that foreign companies are now getting this mark as a recognition of trust and good design. A platform, we are also encouraging young designers like you do here in Korea and other countries, and we give special recognition to them. MRM has successfully completed 13 episodes TV documentary on all winners of the Malaysian Design Competition MDC initiative. We have got this 13 TV program series that we actually expose it to the public and how young designers are creating their own products. Malaysian Design Competition entries has increased over many years. It's now 300 over, almost 400, which is good compared to 2006, is only like below 100. Design Innovation Exploration is another competition, another activity that we introduced to develop creative and innovative thinking among younger generations. Participants are given the opportunity to feel and do whatever they like, as long as they produce innovative ideas. And these are basically children's of schools, young children's schools doing their innovative work within the concept of design, innovation, exploration. This is our workshop, as usual, like we did here in Korea. We do workshops too, and we share ideas from all levels of society, including the young group and the young designers. Exhibition, well, I will not delve on this one too much because this is what we have been doing and everybody is doing. Publication, we have published a lot of things for the needs of the market and the industry. And these are just pictures of outreach program where we go to all schools in Malaysia and expose young students to the idea of innovation and design. And we actually receive a lot of response from school. I'll show you some good pictures where we can share what Malaysia is all about. And this is, as you know, this is a symbol of Malaysia. People always refer this to the Twin Tower of Malaysia. That reflects how design is being used in Malaysia, in design, and children are there. This is our airport, also designed but during the tenureship of our former Prime Minister, Dr. Mahathir. And this is an example of environmental, built environment where we have mosques like this, built almost everywhere in the country. And this is the mosque beside a lake, a man-made lake, in the heart of Putrajaya, the center of the government. And this is the building where the Prime Minister sits and and all the cabinet ministers are here. This is the town, the new city, which is fully developed for government departments. Is a new city like Incheon, and it's very close to the airport. I just want to show you what Malaysia is all about. It's about good living, good food, and good people. Please enjoy yourself in Malaysia. You are most welcome to Malaysia. Thank you very much.